Welcome to Smoky Mountain Voices. I'm your hostess, Jen Torres. Sit back and relax and join me with our guest. Welcome to Smoky Mountain Voices. I'm here with Marcia Nelson. Your maiden name
Huskey.
is Husky. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the founding families around here. So Marcia is a head librarian at Pigeon Public Library. And she's lived here her whole life. So we're going to get kind of a native view from you today. So what's it like having that last name? Mm-hmm. Do people have expectations or something, or has it been kind of
I don't know. I never thought about it growing up. And actually, I did grow up here. My daddy was a Husky and my mama was a prophet. So I tell people, if you can't tell when I open my mouth, I'm from Sevier County. But if I tell you my family names, you have no doubt that my families have been in Sevier County a long time. So I didn't think about it much growing up. But I did go to college, get married, and moved away. Mm-hmm. I moved away after I graduated from high school. I'm old. It was 79. And I was away in some different states for about 20 years. I moved back in 2001. So I've been here longer this time than I was growing up. But it changed a lot. Sevier County changed a lot and grew in the years I was gone. I lived in Texas for a while, and we would only come home about once a year in the 80s. And every year I could see the changes and the growth, especially when Dollywood came. Mm-hmm. That's sort of when tourism really seemed to kind of take off. But everybody used to have those local names, and now there's not as many because we've had such tremendous growth of people moving in from different parts of the country. Mm-hmm. I have talked to my dad at length about this because his family grew up, or they lived in Greenbrier, and his dad was about 12 when they moved out of the park, when the park came. And so we've talked at length about what that must have been like, because he passed away before I was born. But we've talked at length about what that must have been like and how he wishes he had talked to people when he was a boy, about what it was like and stuff. But we're all of the opinion that, yes, people complain about traffic and this and that and things changing, but we're of the opinion that if the park hadn't come in, our lives would have been really different and not in a good way. We just think that it was a great thing in the long run for Sevier County to have the national park come in right here. And I just feel very blessed to be here. I feel like I can take advantage of it like a tourist when I want to, but I do know, folks that have lived here a long time, and I just think it's a great place to be. I do too. Obviously think it's beautiful, but and you just kind of learn to deal with all the traffic and the busyness and things like that. Yeah. So I don't remember what you asked me now to start with, because I just start talking.
That's good. So you are the head librarian now. What kind of the path that brought you to this?
When I moved back to Sevier County in 2001, they were building the library. They just built it. And my mama said, you need to go down there and talk to the librarian, because it was your 5th grade teacher. Her name is Joanne Trenham, also a very local Gatlinburg name. And I said, oh, she won't remember me. And I came in and she said, you look like a Husky to me. I said, well, you are right. Because she had taught school with my mom for quite a few years. But I was hired then as children's librarian in just a few months, not that day, but just a few months later, I was hired as children's librarian. And I did that here for many years. And that's a great job too. And I watched lots of kids grow up, including yours.
Right.
And now those kids are adults, and it makes me feel extra old sometimes when I see them with their own kids. But I did that about 12 years. And then I became the library director in 2012. And so I've done both those jobs. I will be here 25 years this October. Okay. So I've been here almost since it opened. The library opened in the end of April, and I came in the middle of October that first year, 2001. And this is the first and only library the city of Pigeon Forge has ever had. And people don't, and it's very rare that a county our size would have 3 library systems, but we have the Anna Porter Library that's like a 501c3 nonprofit all by itself in Gatlinburg. We have the Sevier County Library System that has 3 branches, and then we have us that's a city department.
Okay.
And so working for the library is a little bit like living here. You kind of you get the advantage of being in a small town because we do only have 6,300 people, residents that live here full time, but yet we have a lot of the amenities, and we are able to offer a lot of services that a small rural library can't because of the tourists, because of the funding, and because of the support we get from the city admin and the city council and all that. So most libraries with 6,000 people in their towns are open like 30 hours a week, and they have like 2 staff or 3. Or sometimes 1.
Yeah.
And we're really blessed. We're open 61 hours a week, like most of the metropolitan libraries are. And we have a total part-time and full-time of 10 staff.
Wow.
And so we're able to offer some services and things that most small libraries can't. So I kind of think we're kind of got the best of both worlds.
I think so too.
Yeah, I do too. I think so too. Yeah. We're just really blessed.
And y'all do offer a lot.
I feel like we
can
do.
come in and
yes.
And utilize the library without having to be a resident.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of small libraries like in East Tennessee don't ever, face or deal with. And we'll sometimes see about as many tourists in a day as we do locals because, as I'm always fond of saying, just because you go on vacation, life doesn't stop, as you know. So tourists come in and we may have to proctor a test for them, or they may be selling their house back home and they may have to fax some stuff, or, life just goes on. And so we do offer a lot of services to them too. Yeah.
What would you say is one of the biggest challenges that you've had as far as living in a tourist town?
Just the traffic. I would think the traffic, yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest thing that people face here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And
growing pains. There's always growing pains when you only have 6,300 people, but you're supporting, I don't know, used to be 40,000. Now I think it's up to 100,000 possibly a night. I'm not sure, but it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And it used to be, I would say, we had busy times, and now it's almost all year.
It was seasonal.
Yes.
It was truly seasonal. Back in the late 50s, early 60s, when my dad, he worked in Gatlinburg then, and I mean, they just kind of shut down, I think, in January and maybe February, and just didn't, probably December too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you and I know it's not like that anymore. I tell people we have 2 slow weeks in the year. We have like one in February, not Valentine's Day, and and then we have one in September after Labor Day, but that's about it.
That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Now, so on kind of a personal note, what would you say is something that you enjoy, that you look forward to, that is just something that kind of like, I don't know, like rejuvenates you, gives you.
I was expecting you to say something that happened in town or something. Well, even though I like to talk to people and I don't mind talking to crowds, and I do a lot of things out front, like I do sing and I do play a keyboard and I do wilderness wildlife programs and stuff like that. I'm actually kind of an introvert. And I really, really, after I've been with people a lot, I really enjoy being all home by myself with a good book and a cup of coffee. And yeah, I really enjoy my by myself time.
Yeah. What kind of what's your favorite genre?
I say Christian serial killers. Nobody understands that.
I do, actually.
I knew you would. I love suspense. Not horror.
Right.
But I love suspense. I can almost read anything, no matter what the genre is, if it's written well and it's a good story and I like the characters. I have a hard time if I start reading a book and I think the character's not smart. I'm like,
No.
Do I want to spend time with this woman? I don't know.
Yeah.
She's not.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I like suspense, and I'm reading a little more nonfiction as I get older.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of made a goal, sort of a New Year's resolution 2 or 3 years ago, to read a little more nonfiction. So I'm doing that a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, I thank you for this was last minute. So
yeah.
I really appreciate this. And do you want me to put any links? Do you want me to put a link to the library in the
that'd be great.
description? Okay.
That'd be great.
You can find that in the description, a link to the library if you need to utilize any of the services. If you are local, I encourage you to get a library card if you don't have one. And if you're not local and you visit, stop in and see the friendly librarians. They are very friendly. We enjoy them, and we enjoy coming here. There is a lot of services that you can use, and I will put that link below. And thank you for coming in, or I came into you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
You're welcome.
taking the time.
Thank you for thinking of the library when you want to talk about local places. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love the library.
We're glad. We love your family too.
And we're in here a lot.
Yeah.
But
you're a great library patrons.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like that.
So anyway, thank you for watching, and tune in next time. See you later.
Bye.